I'm Richard Schram from Parasound, and this is an exclusive video for Audio Advisor. The heart of any power amplifier is obviously the part that creates the power. In the A21, I've popped the hood on this one so we can take a look inside, and we'll start with an enormous toroid power transformer. It weighs about 25 pounds, and the reason for that is that it has very, very heavy copper windings around a very high quality steel core, and then it's epoxied. It's actually embedded in epoxy so that it'll be dead silent and then covered in a steel case to catch any stray radiation so that the background level of this, the background noise, is absolutely inaudible. The power transformer is the single most expensive part in any Parasound amplifier, and it's one of the reasons that Parasound amplifiers are renowned for having incredibly extended authoritative bass response and nearly unlimited dynamics, as I mentioned earlier. Now, after the power transformer and the rectification, part of the power supply that's essential is the reservoir of power in the filter capacitors. And here we have four 25,000 microfarad, high-temp, low ESR, better for audio quality, and rather expensive electrolytic power supply capacitors. We then take this power, and this is harnessed to drive an output stage that consists of quite a few transistors on each side. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's two sets of these. So there are 4 pairs of power transistors for each channel in the A21. Driver devices, MOSFETs, are here. And these transistors are, you'll see there, well, if you're familiar with inside power amplifiers, these are a larger footprint, which means there's a greater silicon die inside of this, which can handle higher voltage and more current. These are about as good as you can get for output transistors, and they are very, very high frequency. They have very, very wide bandwidth, so that the audio response in the amplifier extends without any kind of distortion. The circuit in this model starts with inputs that are either RCA or XLR connectors for balanced, input for lower noise. They go first to matched pairs of JFET pre-drivers, which then go to MOSFET drivers, and these output transistors that I pointed to a moment ago are bipolar. This is classic John Curl circuit topology. And the reason for this is that the pre-drivers and drivers, MOSFETs, harmonic structures are more like that of a vacuum tube and tend to be even harmonics rather than odd harmonics, which makes the amplifier very pleasing without sounding overly liquidy or warm or soft. It's, in other words, the best characteristics of a vacuum tube amp without the drawbacks of a vacuum tube amp. The output stage is at bipolar because that's ideal for current amplification, whereas the earlier stages are voltage amplification. And MOSFETs do not do as good a job as bipolars in the output, even though it's much easier to design with them, and a lot of engineers use them for that reason. So overall, this is about the most bang for the buck, I think, of any of the Parasound amplifiers, and it's definitely worth listening to. It will drive anything you can throw at it, and if you get an A21, it'll probably be the last power amplifier you'll ever want to buy. I'm Richard Schram, and this has been an exclusive video for Audio Advisor.